Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello, tabletop enthusiasts and trivia lovers. I'm Journey Joe Mitchell, and welcome to another exciting edition of 5 Daily Trivia Questions. Today, we're diving into the world of classic board games, those timeless forms of entertainment that have brought joy and friendly competition to countless families and friends. From the strategic to the silly, these games have a special place in our hearts and our culture. So grab your dice and let's roll into some classic board game trivia. Question 1. In the game of Monopoly, what is the name of the square where players go when they are sent directly to jail? Question 2. Which classic board game introduced in 1949 involves players moving their pieces according to cards that feature humorous or absurd actions? Question 3. In the game of chess, which piece can only move diagonally? Question 4. What is the name of the murder mystery board game in which players must deduce the culprit, location, and weapon used in a crime? Question 5. In the game of Scrabble, how many points is the letter Q worth? Take a moment to ponder these questions, and I'll be back with the answers and some fun facts about these beloved board games. Welcome back, board game buffs! Let's uncover the answers to our questions and learn some interesting trivia about these classic forms of entertainment. Question 1 asked, in the game of Monopoly, what is the name of the square where players go when they are sent directly to jail? Answer: go to jail. Fun fact: the go to jail square on a Monopoly board has been a part of the game since its inception in 1935. In the game's early history, players actually had to pay a fee to get out of jail, but this rule was later changed to allow players to roll doubles or use a get-out-of-jail-free card. Interestingly, the odds of landing on the go-to-jail square in a game of Monopoly are about 1 in 20. Question 2 asked, which classic board game, introduced in 1949, involves players moving their pieces according to cards that feature humorous or absurd actions? Answer: the Game of Life. Fun fact: the Game of Life, originally created by Milton Bradley, has undergone many changes since its introduction in 1949. The original version of the game included squares for such life events as gambling and prison, which were later removed in favor of more family-friendly options. In 1960, the game's spinner was replaced with a plastic dome containing a teetotum, a type of spinning top. The game's enduring popularity has led to numerous additions and variations over the years, reflecting changes in society and culture. Question 3 asked, in the game of chess, which piece can only move diagonally? Answer: the bishop. Fun fact: the bishop is one of the most powerful pieces in the game of chess, able to control long diagonal paths across the board. In the early history of chess, the piece now known as the bishop was originally called the elephant in most parts of the world. It wasn't until the game spread to Europe in the 15th century that the piece took on its current name and appearance, with the elephant's tusks morphing into a bishop's mitre. Question 4 asked, what is the name of the murder mystery board game in which players must deduce the culprit, location, and weapon used in a crime? Answer: Clue or Cluedo. Fun fact: Clue, known as Cluedo outside of North America, was invented in 1943 by British musician Anthony E. Pratt. Pratt originally called the game Murder and designed it as a way to pass the time during air raid drills in World War II. The game's suspects, weapons, and rooms have become iconic, with characters like Colonel Mustard and Miss Scarlet, and weapons like the candlestick and the lead pipe. The game has inspired numerous spin-offs, books, and even a 1985 film adaptation starring Tim Curry. Question 5 asked, in the game of Scrabble, how many points is the letter Q worth? Answer: 10 points. Fun fact: the letter Q is the highest scoring letter in the game of Scrabble, along with the letter Z. The game's point values for each letter were carefully calculated based on the frequency of the letter's appearance in standard English words. Because Q and Z are relatively rare letters, they were assigned a high point value to balance their use in the game. Interestingly, the game's inventor, Alfred Mosher Butz, originally called the game Criss-Crosswords and used a different point distribution system before settling on the familiar Scrabble rules we know today. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you that portions of this podcast were created with the help of AI to bring you the most engaging and informative content possible. Also, if you're enjoying 5 daily trivia questions and would like to listen without interruptions, consider subscribing to our show on Apple Podcasts. For just $4.99 a month, you can enjoy this and many other shows on the Calaroga Shark Network completely ad-free. Your support helps us continue to create high-quality content for our listeners. Thank you for joining me. I'm Journey Joe Mitchell on this fun-filled journey through the world of classic board games.